Hello, everyone. My name is Kiko, and thanks for joining here. Today, I would like to share about my raw vegan journey, which I started over 20 years ago. This will be my solo talk, and thanks for joining me here. And I was never comfortable speaking by myself, but this is my first try, so bear with me. So, raw vegan is something I have discovered in when I was living in New York City. On the New Year's Eve of 2003, I was invited to my friend's uh, place. We had a New Year's Eve party, and one of the person who came to this party was my dear friend now, Hugo. And he has been on the raw vegan journey, fully raw uh, diet for I think 3-4 years by that time. And I was quite interested in his story because we were eating this in this party. We were having this hot pot, and we were eating the same thing. But just Hugo, he just brought his own food, and yeah, I was asking him why he doesn't eat what we are eating, and he said that he has been on this fully raw vegan diet for 3-4 years, and yeah, he didn't even take tea. So, and at that time, I was struggling a lot with my health. I had grape size cyst and also tangerine size cyst in my ovarian cyst in my ovary. So this I just had a surgery to remove one of the big cyst, and it was coming back. The surgery itself was supposed to be very simple and easy, but it was quite horrific for me, and I didn't want to go through the same thing. And I was looking for some natural way to heal. And that's the time when I met Hugo. So I was quite lucky to meet him. And in 2004, he was gently guiding me through this raw vegan journey. So I started to incorporate raw vegan food. And I think it was in September, I committed fully to raw vegan diet. And I don't know how long it has gone. Maybe I have committed for 30 days or so. And I remember how amazing I felt, how light I felt, how simple this diet was, yet so powerful. And I just wanted to scream to the world that, I found the key, I found the secret of the world. This is raw vegan is the answer to all. And uh, it's been over 20 years since then, and I have been on high raw vegan diet. And so what has worked for me on this diet is so the ovarian cyst actually never came back as long as I stayed on raw vegan diet. And that was quite a miracle because before I started doing raw vegan diet, I have done so many things. Well, I've realized that Western medicine wasn't working or Western surgery wasn't sustainable. And then I started doing like acupuncture or yoga. I was already doing yoga before then, but I worked harder on that. And I also did Chinese herbs, which was quite disgusting. And it was just, to me, it was not sustainable. Uh, you had to cook this Chinese herb, which smelled really bad. It stunk the whole apartment. And I, yeah, I mean, I think I tried for a week or so and I saw no improvements. And yeah, So that was that. And I think I've done quite a few things. And whoever, whatever people say this is the natural way of healing, I gave it a try, and nothing seems to work. And they all say that, oh, you have to wait for 3 months or 6 months to see the results. But then when I encountered this raw vegan diet, it was very quick. A lot of people were quite surprised to hear how fast the effect was on this raw vegan diet. So while I was trying to find the solution for this recurring ovarian cyst, I also had a severe case of eczema. So since childhood, I had skin issues. So this like joints area, or also neck, I would have like it will be very dry, and my hands also suffered a lot. So I was constantly itchy, and it got worse after 9/11 because I was living in New York City at that time, and over time, it's just getting my eczema condition was getting worse and worse, to the point that my right hand suffered so much. I remember one night, I just wanted to chop my hands off because it was just not going away. It's such a horrible thing to say, and it's such a horrible thing that I had to go through. I was just so frustrated. Whatever I tried, it didn't seem to work. So anyway, the reason of going to this raw vegan diet was to ease my eczema condition, and also hopefully be free of ovarian cyst. And ovarian cyst was like almost maybe within a few months, I realized that it never came back. So that was great. And then eczema was something amazing, that when I started this raw vegan diet, I remember I felt the immediate release of pain and itchiness on the second day. And then third day was just getting better. And there were ups and downs. There were times that I felt like it was coming back. But overall, it was immediate release of itchiness and pain that I was going through. So without getting too much in detail of the pain that I've gone through on eczema, I felt this raw vegan lifestyle is it. Not only I felt so light with this diet, I just felt not just physically, but just emotionally, I felt so light. I felt much happier. I felt so much energy through this diet. And that just became my lifestyle. And well, starting this year, I have been on fully raw. Since this year, mid-January, I have been on fully raw vegan diet, just because it works the best for me at the moment. And I'm not dogmatic that I wouldn't say that I would never eat cooked food, but to me, it's very logic, and it makes sense to me. It's very simple, and it's when I feel the best. So I'm sticking with this diet. So over 20 years, I've gone through quite a different phase. There are quite a few times I felt I needed to include some cooked food. So I needed to adjust, and sometimes eating just fully raw vegan diet, I felt bloated. And I said, maybe I should introduce some steamed vegetable or cooked vegetables. So there are phases that I've done that. And then most of the time, the reason I was high raw vegan, meaning that I would eat cooked food time to time, it's because of the social setting. I think social setting is probably the one of the most challenging time to stay fully raw vegan. You know, we are social animal, and especially me, I like to be connected with people, and where we connect with people is usually over lunch, over dinner table, and yeah, food is always in this time in society. This is the time that we connect to each other, and when you are not eating the same food, you stand out and you don't feel connected. So I have definitely had time that I wish I could stay fully raw, but because of this social connection, I have stretched myself to eat cooked food. And since this year, I stopped doing it, and I have been wanting to be fully raw, but for various reasons, I went back to cooked food. And yeah, so this year I went to Taiwan with my husband. We have been talking about visiting Taiwan for such a long period of time. And, you know, Taiwan is known to be a vegan or vegetarian paradise. And I've gone to Taiwan, but that's when I was not vegan or vegetarian. And I wanted to revisit because I know that Taiwan has changed a lot, and you know I thought it would be fun to experience you know vegan food in Taiwan. So I've done that, and although I stayed mostly raw, I ate mostly raw food. Even when I was in Taiwan, I did eat out more than usual. And the first thing I noticed was that my mood changed, and I think my husband is the first person to notice as well. I become not a nice person when I eat cooked food, and I don't mean that would happen to everyone. And for example, my husband, he is by default raw vegan because he doesn't cook, and I'm the one who is providing pretty much everything for him. So not maybe not by choice, but he eats. He is definitely high raw. So anyway, I was speaking of mood with raw vegan. I feel so amazing eating raw vegan. I feel so clean. I feel so energetic. I feel so happy. I feel so much in harmony when I'm eating raw vegan. But as soon as I start eating cooked food or mostly restaurants food, I feel so heavy. I feel I don't know, disconnected. I'm I feel so moody, and I feel like I lose contact and connection with myself. So that's first sign that I see. And then the second sign that I see is that my skin started to feel itchy. So like there are some joints in my right hand, left hands also, and my heels gets dry when I eat cooked food. And that's the same for when I start eating cooked food at home. So like I eat no oil, no sugar, you know, whole food, plant based. Even if I were to prepare very simple food with cooked steamed food, I get some, you know, my skin gets very dry. And I also notice that I feel so thirsty. So I need to drink a lot more water. So, those are the things that I notice when I eat cooked food. But you know, I said right after coming back from Taiwan, I I was not in a good place. I don't know, I just started to feel so itchy everywhere, and I was so frustrated, and I wasn't happy with the kind of food that I ate in Taiwan. They're all vegan, and mostly I ate quite a few fruits as well. But I said, you know what, no more. This is not serving me. And again, I'm not saying that I would never eat cooked food, but it's just not worth it for the reason that I've shared. And I go much deeper in my book, Namado, My Raw Journey. And yeah, if you have not purchased my book, I will link. I will link the site that you can purchase with 25% code. So yeah, please go ahead and pick it up if you're interested, because I go into a very personal story. So I think that's it for now. I just wanted to share why I started and why I stay on this diet. And for those of you who are interested in raw vegan diet, I hope I inspire you with my with my journey. I would not preach that raw vegan is the way for everyone, because everyone has their own journey, and it's important that you pay attention to how you feel after eating. Is this the kind of food that you want to put in your body, because it becomes you at the end. Yeah, what I'm trying to share here is not the way. I'm never going to tell you what to eat, what you should be doing, because each one of you have your own journey, and I respect that. This raw vegan lifestyle is what I have incorporated over 20 years ago, and what I know that it works the best for me, and my husband agrees. So that's it for today. I hope this episode inspired you, and please let me know if you have any questions. This is again my first solo talk, and I'm very uncomfortable speaking to myself. So I apologize if things were not clear to you, but I'm really happy to hear what you thought about this episode. And if you have any questions or comment, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate you hit the subscribe button. And if you like this episode, I would like to give me like button. If you can hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. As you can see, I'm very uncomfortable speaking myself. But again, it goes back to over 20 years ago when I discovered raw vegan diet. I was so frustrated. Like, how come I didn't know about this story or lifestyle? And that frustration, I should teach myself to share with as many people as possible. So I'm definitely tapping into uncomfortable zone of speaking to myself, putting myself out there. So I really appreciate your support. So thanks for listening to me until the end. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.